What's up guys, Magic Knives here, and today I'm bringing to you some Black Ops 4 knife-only gameplay on the map Grind. This is one of my favorite maps from Black Ops 2, and I'm glad they brought it back for this game. And it's certainly much easier to knife on a map like this because there's a lot of close quarter areas, and lots of good flank routes, so I can just get up behind three guys like that, and that'll happen a few times, in this game. You get a lot of good flanks because everyone just seems to like focus on the middle portion or the left side of this map where they have like more of the actual like skate ramps and stuff. So like literally I just keep my typical route of going along the right side of the map, and this sort of ramp area, even though I die there. But I can just rack up lots of good amount of kills just by getting the right amount of flanks and getting behind the enemy just like this. So yeah, hope you enjoy that in the background. But what I want to focus on for this commentary is the Hong Kong protests going on right now. And if you don't know, there's like a huge protest that's happening in Hong Kong, and this happens like once every year on July 1st, because Hong Kong is a part of China, but even though China's communist, Hong Kong is a little bit more relaxed in terms of its government policies and everything like that. But right now the leader in charge of Hong Kong is Carrie Lam, and she's basically a puppet for China, in terms of making the decisions for Hong Kong and everything. And every year the Hong Kong people make a protest to kind of try to separate itself from mainland China, because mainland China is communist. But there was a bill that was released, or at least kind of put together not too long ago, which basically allowed, if there was any Hong Kong citizen who was considered a quote-unquote criminal, they could be extradited to mainland China to face punishment and go to jail, basically. So, and in terms of criminal, that could mean just anybody who who is against the ideology of communism and stuff. And so for Carrie Lam, being the sort of puppet for mainland China, she passed this bill for Hong Kong, and it was gonna be like just anybody from Hong Kong who was considered a threat, they were gonna be extradited to mainland China. And this really caused a huge uproar in Hong Kong. And this is why they're calling it the million, the 1 million protests or something like that, right? There's a lot of people. You really should check it out in the news right now, or even just on YouTube. But because of this huge like uproar by the people, and Carrie Lam has suspended the bill, which, I mean, she did not terminate it, just suspended it. But even then, everyone is really feeling betrayed by Carrie Lam now. No surprise, of course, because she basically tried to take all of the Hong Kong citizens' freedom and rights, and this thing has become almost even bigger than the June 4th incident, which happened in 1989. I actually did a commentary on that way back, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to listen to that as well. But long story short, June 4th, 1989, in mainland China, in Beijing, at Tiananmen Square, a huge crowd of people banded together to speak out against the government, and wanting a reformation of the government. And long story short, the the Chinese military just literally shuts it down, and they massacre their own people, which is crazy. And really now with Carrie Lam and this whole bill or extradition bill, this is really boiling up to a June 4th, even worse than a June 4th. So, and I mean, right now, obviously, because they don't want to repeat history, the police force and everything, they've been using like very non-lethal methods like tear gas, rubber bullets, and all that. But even that's definitely causing up a stir with the protesters. No surprise, but this is becoming a really historic time in terms of China and Hong Kong relations. So it'll be really interesting to see what will become of this. Obviously, everyone's trying to tell Carrie Lam to step down and everything, but she refuses to step down because, well, she is China's puppet for Hong Kong and everything. So whether she'll actually terminate the bill now or anything like that is kind of irrelevant now for the people now, because everyone they have no trust in her anymore. And it's really China being the sister or the big brother in charge here, ordering Carrie Lam or the little sister of what to do here. So it's really a question of what's gonna happen next, and I just really hope that no serious violence is gonna come out of this event, or current event right now. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Check it out on the news, and leave your thoughts down below. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. 35 and 12. Hope to see you guys in the future videos. Peace out, guys.